Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, wassalatu wassalamu ala Sayyidil Mursaleen. Amma ba'ad, fa'a'udhu billahi minash shaytanir rajeem. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. My dear sweet Islamic brothers and sisters, let's recite Durood Pak upon the beloved and blessed Prophet Sallallahu Ta'ala alayhi wa alihi wa sallam. If you recite after me, As-salatu was-salamu alayka ya Rasulullah. As-salatu was-salamu alayka ya Habiballah. As-salatu was-salamu alayka ya Nabiyallah. Wa ala alika wa ashabika ya Nurallah. Excellence of sending salutations upon the beloved and blessed Prophet Sallallahu Ta'ala ala Muhammad, the person who recites 313 times Durood Pak, he will be with those who recite Durood Pak abundantly. My dear Islamic brothers and sisters, make it a habit of reciting Durood Pak, the shortest Durood Pak that is available in Madani Pansura or the English Treasures of Blessings. The chapter of Durood is Sallallahu ala Muhammad. Make the intention and then start reciting the Durood Pak, and inshallah Azza wa Jal make a supplication at the end and convey it to Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. And if you have the intention of ziyarah, is to mention that in your dua, and if Allah Azza wa Jal wills, you will see our beloved Prophet Sallallahu Ta'ala alayhi wa alihi wasallam in your dreams, inshaAllah. Sallu ala al-Habib Sallallahu Ta'ala ala Muhammad Sallallahu alayhi wasallam. InshaAllah Azza wa Jal, today, my dear sweet Islamic brothers and sisters, we're going to learn is how we can save our fast and what to refrain from the things that are unlawful for us. So let's listen inshallah from the topic Rules of Fasting in Fazan-e-Sunnat. Dear Islamic brothers and sisters, please have piety on yourself and ponder carefully. In Ramadan, the fasting person avoids eating and drinking during the day, which was absolutely permissible even during the day in other months. Now ponder, even the acts such as eating and drinking, which were halal, lawful, before Ramadan, are forbidden in this sacred month, which is Ramadan. So the acts which were already haram, such as backbiting, lying, telling tales, suspicion, abuse, watching films and dramas, and non-mahram women, etc., shaving the beard or trimming it less than a fist length, misbehaving with parents, hurting others without the permission of Sharia, will automatically become even more severely haram. When a fasting person refrains from eating and drinking pure and clean foods in the month of Ramadan, why he does not refrain from unlawful haram acts? So if a person avoids eating and drinking in Ramadan but does not avoid unlawful acts leading to hellfire, what type of fasting person is he? Remember, the Holy Prophet Sallallahu Ta'ala alayhi wa alihi wasallam has warned, if anyone does not refrain from indecent talking and evil acts, remember Allah Azza wa Jal does not need his remaining hunger and thirst. He Sallallahu Ta'ala alayhi wa alihi wasallam has also said, fasting implies abstaining not only from eating and drinking, but also from useless and indecent talking. Therefore, as a fasting person refrains from eating and drinking, he should also abstain from sins such as lying, backbiting, suspicion, laying a false blame, misusing his tongue, etc. The Prophet of Rahmah, the intercessor of Ummah, Sallallahu Ta'ala alayhi wa alihi wasallam, has also said, if someone fights you or abuses you, you should say to him that I am fasting. Dear Islamic brothers and sisters and viewers of social media, these days if a person begins to fight one another, he replies, shut up, or else I will break my fast by eating you. Allah Azza wa Jal forbid. We must never utter such words and should always remain humble. We can avoid such matters only when we make all our body parts in the state of fast, by preventing them from committing sins. The fast of the body parts, e.g., preventing all the body parts from committing sins, is necessary, not only in the state of fast, but also throughout the life. This is possible only when we have the fear of Allah Azza wa Jal in our hearts. Ponder over, ponder and ponder, over and again, the terrifying situation of the judgment day. Everyone will be worried about himself. The sun will be showering fire, scorching heat. Tongues will be hanging out of their mouths due to the extreme thirst on the day of judgment. Wife, mother and father will be avoiding husband, and son and children. Sinners will be caught and their mouths will be sealed and their body parts will testify to their sins. It is mentioned in Surah Yasin, اليوم نختم على أفواههم وتكلمنا أيديهم وتشهد أرجلهم بما كانوا يكسبون. Translation from Kanz al-Iman. Today we shall set seal on their mouths, and their hands will talk to us, and their feet will bear witness of their doings. O weak and feeble Islamic brothers and sisters, fear from the troubles and the tribulations of the judgment day, and make ardent effort to prevent your body parts from indulging in sins. Here are details of the fasting of the body. Now we will listen, inshallah, what we should be refraining from. Dear Islamic brothers, we should make our eyes fast by looking at only permissible things such as masajid, the Holy Quran, the tombs of the awliya, rahamallahu ta'ala alayh, scholars and pious people. If possible, we should see the Holy Kaaba, the sacred streets and the valleys, and the mountains of Makkatul Mukarramah, the walls and houses of Madinatul Manawwara, the green dome and the minarets, and the gardens and the deserts and the blessed masajid in Medina. Dear Islamic brothers and sisters, please do make your eyes fast. Everyone should make his eyes fast constantly. Never misuse the gift of Allah Azza wa Jal in watching that has been prohibited by Sharia, such as films and dramas, na-mahram women, attractive boys with lust, or anyone's private parts, and even one's own private parts unnecessarily. Similarly, do not watch games or amusement that makes you heedless of the divine remembrance, like the dance of the monkeys and bears on the streets. Making monkeys and bears dance and watching their dance are both impermissible. Further, avoid watching cricket, wrestlers, football, hockey, cards and chess, video games, table and football. Both watching and playing them is impermissible. The games that involve exposing the one's knees or thighs because of wearing shorts are even worse. Remember, exposing the body from navel to and including the knees is not permissible. And any other person looking at these parts of body is impermissible. Do not peep into other people's houses without his permission, nor look at someone else's letter or notebook without his permission. Remember, a hadith states, anyone who looks at his brother's letters without his permission will be looking into fire. Allahu Akbar. May I never look at anything sinful. Bless me with such modesty, Ya Allah. Such modesty, Ya Allah. May I do not look at anyone's faults, nor do my ears hear anyone's faults. Ya Rabb, Ya Rabb, bless me with a glimpse of green dome and with death in the holy vision, Ya Rabb. Fast of the ears implies listening to only permissible voices, sounds and recitations of the glorious Quran, Sunnah inspiring speeches, useful talking, the azan and the iqama, etc. Never listen to drum beating, music and songs, useless and indecent jokes, backbiting and tale-telling, and faults of other people, etc. Do not secretly listen to other people's conversations. The Holy Prophet sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa alihi wasallam has said, if anyone listens secretly to the conversation of other people who resent it, on the day of judgment, molten lead will be poured into his ears. Allahu Akbar. May I never hear indecent talk, backbiting and tale-telling. May I only hear what you like. Ya Rab, Azza wa Jal. The fear of the dark grave has engulfed me. What will I do if you come displeased with me? Ya Rab, Ya Rab. If the smiling Prophet sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wasallam comes to the grave, it will become bright, Ya Rab. Fast of the tongue implies uttering only permissible and good words such as recitation of the Holy Quran, zikr, durood pak, and naat, dars, sunnah inspiring speeches, call to righteousness, useful and helpful religious speech, etc. Avoid useless talking. Beware. Never misuse your tongue in committing sins such as abusing, lying, telling tales, etc. If a spoon becomes impure, it can be washed by pouring 1 or 2 glasses of water on it. But if the tongue becomes impure due to indecent speech, then the water of 7 oceans will not be able to purify it. Astaghfirullah. Give us the ability to make tawbah in the court of Allah Azza wa Jal if we have been misusing our tongues. Sayyidina Anas radiyallahu ta'ala anhu has narrated a hadith that one day the beloved and blessed Prophet sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa alihi wasallam ordered his companions rahamallahu ta'ala alayhi to fast, and then said, none of you is to do iftar until I permit you. So the people fasted. In the evening, the companions came individually to the noble Prophet sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa alihi wasallam and said, Ya Rasulullah sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa alihi wasallam, I have fasted today. Please give me permission to do iftar. The noble Prophet sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa alihi wasallam would allow them to do iftar. One of the companions, rahimallahu ta'ala alayhi, came and said, Ya Rasulullah sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa alihi wasallam, in my house there are 2 girls who have also fasted today. They feel shyness in coming here. Please allow them to do iftar. The Holy Prophet sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa alihi wasallam turned his blessed face away from him. He asked for the second time, but the blessed Rasul sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa alihi wasallam turned his blessed head away from him again. When he asked for the third time, the Holy Prophet sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa alihi wasallam said, revealing the news of the unseen, the ghaib ilm. Those two girls have not fasted. How can they say they have fasted? They have been eating the flesh of other people all day long. Go and tell them to vomit if they have fasted. Allahu Akbar. The companions, rahamallahu ta'ala alayhi, went home and told them that the noble Rasul sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa alihi wasallam said, when they vomited, blood and piece of flesh came out of their mouths. The companions, rahamallahu ta'ala alayhi, returned to the Holy Prophet sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa alihi wasallam and told him about the girl's condition. He sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa alihi wasallam said, I swear by the one in whose omnipotence my life is, if he had remained in their stomach, fire would have eaten them, because they both backbited about. So my dear Islamic brothers, we have learned today that we should safeguard our fast by not talking ill about anybody, by saving our tongues from ill speech and listening to indecent speech and ghiba and backbiting and looking at haram. We should safeguard our eyes by looking at good things. Inshallah, I hope we have learned something today, and may Allah Azza wa Jalla give us the ability to act upon what is being heard and to pass on what is being heard and to educate our youngsters in these matters as well. Please, my dear Islamic brothers and sisters, make the intention of watching Madani channel, Sky 746. Sallu ala al-Habib sallallahu ta'ala ala Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam.